Thursday mornings had always been routine for Patrick Morrison. Comfortable, predictable, safe. He woke before dawn, as he always did, to the soft hum of rain tapping against the windows of their Portland home. The smell of freshly brewed coffee drifted through the kitchen as Jessica, still in her robe, smiled sleepily and handed him his favorite mug. Their two kids, Olivia and Andrew, scrambled around, packing lunches and laughing about some inside joke. Patrick loved that sound. It reminded him of everything he worked for: stability, family, a life that felt whole. By 7:15, he kissed Jessica on the cheek, grabbed his briefcase, and stepped into the cool, foggy air. The drive to his construction firm was familiar, almost meditative. The fog curled around the car like a living thing, and his mind was already on the investor meeting scheduled for later that morning. But when he parked and reached for his bag, a simple mistake shattered his rhythm. The bag wasn't his. It was smaller, lighter, Jessica's. Two nearly identical dark bags had sat in the hallway that morning, and in his rush, he'd grabbed the wrong one. He sighed, half amused, half irritated. Maybe he'd swing back after the meeting. But curiosity got the better of him. He opened it to transfer his documents, and there, beneath a tissue and compact mirror, he noticed a small rectangular box. At first, he didn't process it. Then his eyes focused on the label. Condoms, a new box. His fingers tightened around it, confusion quickly turning to disbelief. They hadn't used condoms in over a decade. Not since Jessica had her tubes tied after Andrew was born. The box was already opened. A few were missing. His stomach turned cold. The air inside the car felt heavier, pressing down on him as thoughts collided in his head. Maybe it's not what I think. Maybe they're old. Maybe they're not even hers. But logic, the thing that had guided him all his life, whispered the truth. The expiration date was 2025, brand new, recently used. Patrick sat there, frozen, his heart pounding in his chest. He stared at the box like it might offer an explanation if he looked long enough. 1,000 memories flashed through his mind. Her laugh at the dinner table, her hand brushing his as they walked together, the years of trust. The idea that she could betray him felt unreal, like some nightmare he'd wake from. But deep down, beneath the shock, a quiet certainty took root. His world was about to change forever. Patrick had always been a problem solver. His instincts as an engineer told him that when something breaks, you don't panic. You find the cause. So, still sitting in his car, he decided he wouldn't confront Jessica, not yet. He needed the truth first. Real, undeniable proof. That's when he remembered the GPS tracker installed in Jessica's SUV. He'd added it years ago after a small fender bender to ensure her safety. It had never crossed his mind as a tool of suspicion. Until now. His fingers trembled as he logged into the tracking app. The map loaded, and in seconds a pattern emerged. The data told a story more honest than words ever could. Repeated visits, same address, every Tuesday and Thursday between 2 and 4 p.m. A luxury condominium complex in the Pearl District. The same days she claimed she was doing yoga or grabbing coffee with friends. Patrick's pulse hammered in his ears. He copied the address, started the car, and drove there. The fog had lifted, revealing a cold, washed-out sky. He parked across the street and watched. Expensive cars. Valet service. A security guard stationed by the entrance. He sat for 10 minutes, then 20. His mind raced. Was she inside right now? Laughing, touching someone else? Rage and heartbreak battled for control. Then an idea came to him. From the trunk, he grabbed an empty delivery box, adjusted his jacket, and walked inside. "Good afternoon," he said to the guard, voice calm, almost casual. "I've got a package for apartment 804, but the recipient's not answering the intercom. Any chance you can confirm he's home?" The guard frowned. "Mr. Hayes?" "Brandon Hayes, right?" "Nah, he's not in. You can leave it here." Patrick's stomach dropped. "Mr. Hayes." He forced a smile. "Thanks. He get a lot of visitors?" The guard chuckled, unaware of the weight of his words. "Yeah, there's this lady. Brown hair, drives a black SUV. She's here all the time, Tuesdays and Thursdays." Patrick nodded slowly, walked out, and climbed back into his car with shaking hands. His chest burned. He opened Instagram and typed the name, Brandon Hayes, a 35-year-old personal trainer, muscles, tattoos, fake grin, dozens of photos at the gym with captions about discipline and passion. Then he saw it, Jessica's profile, her name glowing under one of Brandon's posts. A heart emoji, a flame, comments on multiple photos, small, seemingly harmless gestures that together formed a confession. He leaned back in his seat and exhaled sharply, the weight of betrayal pressing down on him. His marriage, the life he'd built brick by brick, was unraveling before his eyes. But Patrick wasn't a man of chaos. He believed in precision. That night, he took their wedding photo, the one he always carried in his wallet, Jessica beaming in her white dress, and placed it inside the condom box. Then he sealed it shut, returned it to her bag, and waited. If her lies were going to crumble, he wanted her to see exactly what she'd destroyed. The house was quiet that evening when Jessica came home. The sound of the garage door rolled open, followed by her cheerful voice echoing through the hallway. "Hey, honey! Sorry I'm late. Traffic was a nightmare." Patrick didn't respond. He sat in the living room, motionless, her bag beside him. The soft glow of the lamp cast long shadows across his face. When Jessica stepped into the room, her smile faltered. "Patrick, you're home early. Everything okay?" He didn't answer. Instead, he simply nodded toward the bag. Confused, she set her keys down and opened it. Her hands froze as her eyes landed on the box. Slowly, she pulled it out, opened it, and saw their wedding photo staring back at her from inside. The color drained from her face. Her lips parted, but no words came out. The silence was unbearable. Finally, she whispered, "Patrick, I can explain." "Then explain," he said flatly. His voice was calm, too calm, the calm that hides the storm. She stammered, searching for lies that might sound like truth. Those are old. I didn't even realize they were still in there. Maybe they've just been forgotten." Patrick's laugh was dry, bitter. "Forgotten? They expire in 2025, Jessica. 4 are missing. Try again." Her shoulders slumped. The fight left her. Tears welled up. "It's not what you think. It just happened. I didn't mean for it to. How long?" His voice cracked slightly, the pain breaking through. 8 months, she whispered. "Since February. 8 months. 8 months of lies, of smiles across the dinner table, of pretending everything was fine." Patrick felt the air leave his lungs. "Who is he?" he demanded, even though he already knew. "Brandon Hayes," she said, crying now. "He's a trainer. I met him at the gym. It was just physical, Patrick, I swear. It didn't mean anything." "It didn't mean anything?" Patrick's voice thundered, the restraint gone. "You destroyed our family for something that didn't mean anything?" Jessica tried to move closer, but he stepped back, hands shaking. "You could have talked to me. You could have said something. Instead, you ran to him. Patrick, please," she sobbed. "I felt invisible. You were always at work, distracted, tired. He made me feel alive again." Patrick glared at her, disgust written all over his face. "So you risked everything because you wanted attention?" He grabbed his phone, tapped a few times, and showed her the screen. "He's married, Jessica. Did you know that?" Her eyes widened. "No. He never told me." Patrick cut her off. "He has a wife. She'll be getting an email tomorrow with everything. The photos, the GPS logs, all of it." Jessica's tears turned to panic. "You can't, Patrick, please. You'll ruin his life." He leaned in, voice low and shaking. "He already ruined mine." The next morning, Patrick filed for divorce. Months passed. The house felt emptier, quieter, but somehow lighter. The divorce was final and Jessica was gone, left to face the weight of her choices. Patrick focused on his kids, rebuilding piece by piece. The anger faded, replaced by calm acceptance. One afternoon, while cleaning the attic, he found an old box filled with memories. Inside was their wedding photo, the same one he'd once placed in that box of betrayal. He looked at it for a long time, not with pain, but with peace. Downstairs, laughter echoed, his children playing, a new warmth in the air. Patrick smiled softly. The past was over, but life wasn't. Sometimes starting over isn't about forgetting, it's about finally finding peace where the pain used to be.